Good afternoon, everyone. This is Matt over at MilestoneCapitalGrowthPortfolio.com. Today is Thursday, April 7th. All right, one more day, and then we get the weekend again. Outstanding. Love the weekends. All right. If you saw my video the other day, it was called Bye Bye Spy and Apple. And we were serious. That was day before yesterday. It was just a matter of time before we really started to pull this plug. And, the head fake yesterday, we knew, you know, once the Fed wasn't going to change anything and the minutes are going to come out, it's just a dead cat bounce is all it was. Pulled it up to a double top yesterday, but sure enough, this morning they just let loose on it. So it's swinging 100 and something points a day, which is great for options. You can't beat that with a stick. Right now, it almost closed above the middle Bollinger Band on the daily, but it did not do it. But it had a heck of a bounce, and 204.13 is the middle Bollinger Band we have to keep an eye out for tomorrow. But I am going to say that we're going to go up tomorrow, and I'm going to evaluate Apple too, and I'm going to say Apple's going to go up also. And I'll tell you why. I think the longer term we're going to come back down, but I'll tell you why in just a second here. But you can see here your downtrend is now pretty much in place on where you're going. Working off the daily candles, this is going to be heavy resistance on any bounce. Daily still looks down pretty aggressive, but we'll have to see what happens. But tomorrow, the reason I say this, if you come down to the 15-minute chart, and usually trends change on a 15-minute chart. It starts there and then moves its way up to the 30, 60 minute and daily, hourly, and daily, and so on and so forth. But you can see the relative strength index was just pounding the 30 here. Once you get that double bottom in place, of course, it was time to get some calls. And that started working, but the puts to the downside were just amazing today. Today was 17 cents to 50 something cents. But you can see here, if this was going to continue in a downtrend pattern aggressively, it would follow this continuous line here. But as you can see, we broke over this downtrend line right here. And we have to make note of this little gap right here, okay, because that's very important. We have this gap, and it falls right in line with that downtrend line. So you could see here that it's going to be pretty quick to pop up here, and 206.19 where this gap is. I think it's at 22. No, 19. So either they get this for the Fed meeting and we just pop up to the 205 area, or they're going to just shoot it right up tomorrow, gap it up there. Who knows? The Feds are talking tonight. Um, Anything can happen. We can gap up huge tomorrow, but we do have a cross right here. The position for the calls on the double bottom right here worked out really well, and they're starting to turn. Came back inside the Bollinger Band, started pushing higher. So, Apple was doing the same thing. That one worked out fantastic, but you can see here on the hourly how aggressive this was. But on the hourly candlestick, it met a little bit of resistance. So it's just not there yet, but it did start on the 15-minute. And you can see the hourly here carries all the Bollinger Band carries all the way up to this 206 along with the trend line. So my target is this 206 area, 206.19 for the upside. Hopefully we can get a nice big gap tomorrow and tag this early, and then by lunchtime be rolling over again after the 206.19 is hit. We'll just have to see what happens. But stay tuned. You can be in the chat room with us because we're going to be there all day tomorrow, rocking and rolling. So Apple, told you Apple was just a matter of time before Apple started rolling over, and it definitely has started. Beautiful move to the downside with this 200 being in the resistance again. But big move to the downside after a nice little pop yesterday. Nice head fake. Didn't happen today. Gap down, then started heading down south. Very, very nicely. Closed down $2.42 for the day. If you were in options on that, congratulations. That's very good trade. Bringing it down to the 15-minute chart, and I'm going to start there only so you can see. Relative strength index is at 33. I don't expect a huge move out of this. The Bollinger Bands are not spread that much. We do have a 211 gap on this one. But I'm not sure if we're going to get it unless it gaps up a buck and change tomorrow. But it could, because we could reset this relative strength index, up to this area. So, but you're gonna. I'm not doing anything until I get over my 15-minute line here. It never crossed over that, so I'm just not into it yet. And I'm not in puts. I already sold my puts. I did very well with that. So I'll play to the upside, unless it only if it breaks this. If it doesn't break this, then I'll wait to get some confirmation for more downside after sometime midday tomorrow. We do have a gap here, and we do have a couple more gaps a little bit lower down here at 102.93, which will be definitely getting that one, that's for sure. But I'll keep you posted on when, where, and how. So, all right, this is Matt Over Milestone Capital Growth Portfolio. Oh, by the way, my trade members, awesome week so far. We are killing it. I put out 4 or 5 alerts, and everything's 157%, 140%, and so on and so forth. All awesome. So make sure you join my trades, and you'll be able to see my trades live prior to me getting into them on the WhatsApp. And you get those options trades, and you could track them and watch the charts and get a great learning on what I'm looking at and why I'm looking at it and how it works. All right, this is Matt. Have yourself a fantastic night. We'll see you tomorrow in the live chat room. Remember, it's free. Just become a silver member on the website.